In this video, we're going to be going over making a multiple choice program in Python. In the last video, we went over more details on strings and how they work in Python, in which we went over the lower and upper methods, in which we can convert letters in a string to lowercase or uppercase. So in this video, we're going to be going over making a simple multiple choice program in Python, in which we're going to be printing out the question involving the list of answer choices for the user to guess, and after we printed out the multiple choice question, we're going to prompt the user for input to guess whether in order for them to guess the letter of what they think the correct answer is going to be. So after they guess that question, we're going to be checking if whatever letter the user guesses is correct. Then it's going to print out the congratulations message indicating that whatever the user guessed was correct. Otherwise, if the user guessed the answer incorrectly, then it's going to print out the game over message indicating that the user guessed the answer incorrectly. So first of all, we're going to be starting off with printing out the question. So we have this print and parentheses, and then we have this quotation marks in order to print this out to the terminal. So we have print quotation marks. We're going to have the question here. So simple math question, what is 2 plus 2? And after we printed out that question, we're going to give a new line of text with the list of answer choices. So each answer choice would be separated by the new line of text. So we can do this by having another print statement in a new line of code. So print and the answer choice being A5. And we're going to keep on having print statements. But here we can see this being repetitive quickly, since we're gonna keep using a print statement in a new line of code every single time, and so basically we're gonna be having 5 lines of code if we're using this method. So we have print what is 2 plus 2, and another print statement in a new line of code with the answer choice, and a new line of code again with another answer choice. So A, B, C, D, which means 4 print statements, and we're gonna have this print what is 2 plus 2. And so this is basically going to be repetitive. So we can make this in one line of code. And how we can do this in one line of code is that we're going to have something called a new line character, which is basically represented by \n. And what this new line character is going to basically indicate is that whatever comes before this, we're also going to be using this \n in this print statement. So whatever comes before this \n is going to indicate the end of this line of text, and the text that comes after this \n is going to be in a new line of text in this terminal. So what is 2 plus 2 is going to give us a new line of text, and it's going to give the answer choices. So A, the letter answer, and a new line of text, and so on until we reach D. So we have what is 2 plus 2, new line of text with this \n. So A 5, which is what we had here below. So you have \n A5 in a new line of text, and we can have another new line of text, so \n, which basically saves lines of code, in which we can just do this all in one line of code in order to create the question with the answer choices. So we have A5, new line of code, B4, in which this is the correct answer since 2 plus 2 equals 4, new line of text again, C9, new line of code again, and then D10. So now if you try to run this program, it's going to give us the whole question. So what is 2 plus 2? New line of text A5, which is one answer choice. Give us a new line of text B4 as another answer choice, and so on until it reaches D. So new line of text C9 and a new line of text D10, which indicates this whole multiple choice question. So after you print out that whole question, we're going to be declaring a variable for prompting user for input of what they think the answer is going to be. So we have a variable like answer, and we're going to be saying that equal to input, what is your answer? And this is what we've been doing this whole time in all these videos, is that we're going to be saying this variable equal to, with one equation sign, input. Showing that whatever the user types here as input is going to be assigned on this variable right here. So after the user types in the answer, which is going to be stored in this variable, we need to check that that answer is equal to B. Since B is the correct answer here, we need to check if the answer is B, then it's going to print out the congratulations message, indicating that the user answer answered the question correctly. Otherwise, if the answer guessed it incorrectly, then it's going to print out the game over message, indicating that the user guessed the answer incorrectly. So after we had this answer variable, we're going to be checking in an if condition. And recall that if condition is checking if a certain condition is met, then it's going to run a certain command under this if condition. So we're going to be checking if answer equals equals. And remember, we need to use equals equals in order to compare two values together. So if answer equals equals b, which is the correct answer here. So if whatever the, letter that the user guesses is b, then it's going to print out the congratulations method. So congratulations in this print statement in this if condition. So print congratulations, you guessed the answer correctly. Otherwise, if whatever letter that the user guesses is not B, which is going to indicate the wrong answer, so we can have an else, which indicates the only condition that will be left. So for example, we have if here, which is going to check if this condition is met. It's going to run this command. Otherwise, if this answer is not correct, then it's going to move on to this else condition, which is going to print out the remaining command that we have left in this program, in which we're going to print out game over. You guessed the answer incorrectly, which indicates that if the user does not guess B, then the answer is incorrect. So we have this if condition checking if this answer equals B is going to print out this conditions indicating that the user gets the answer correctly. Else, which means that if this condition is not met, then it's going to print out this remaining statement we have left, which is game over, you guessed the answer incorrectly. So else basically just checks for the remaining condition left if a certain condition is not met. Otherwise, if the condition is met, then it's going to simply print out this congratulations method. So now if we try to run it, and now since the answer is B, we're going to try to guess B here. So it's going to give us the congratulations method saying we're going to guess the answer correctly. Otherwise, if you try to guess a wrong answer, which is not B, it's going to give us an error message saying you guessed the answer incorrectly. But if I try to guess a lowercase b, which is technically the same answer since it's the same letter and that's the correct answer. And if I try to guess lowercase b, it's going to give us the error message saying you guessed the answer incorrectly. So that is a flaw with this program because we need to make sure that the user types B. But we need to also make sure that the program can check for lowercase and uppercase, since the lowercase b works as the correct answer and also uppercase. So a way to solve that problem is that we have, recall in the strings video, we had the method called upper, which is basically converting letter or letters in a string to uppercase, and same thing with lower, in which you can convert letter or letters in a string to lowercase. So we have answer, if checking if the answer the upper, and recall we need to use a dot in order to gain access to the method. So we have answer, which is the variable up here, and we have this dot in order to gain this method, in order to gain access to this method of upper, which is basically going to convert so whatever the user types here stored in this variable, and if they guess it lowercase, it's going to this upper method is basically going to convert it to uppercase. So if they type in B, then this upper method is gonna convert it to uppercase b, and then it's gonna check with this uppercase b here. So we have equals equals uppercase b, and so it's valid since the user can type in lowercase or uppercase b, and it'll give the congratulations method. So if answer dot upper, which means convert this variable, convert the letter to uppercase, if that equals b, so b equals b, then it's going to run the certain command, congratulations. Else, if the user does not guess B, which means else, that's going to print out this remaining command here with this print statement saying you guessed that answer incorrectly. So if you try to run it, try to guess B, then it's going to give us the congratulations method saying we guessed it correctly, since B is also, lowercase b is also correct answer here. And now if you try to guess uppercase b, then it's also going to give us a congratulations method. So, but if I try to guess A, lowercase a, then it's going to give us the game over message. And if I try to guess uppercase C, then it's going to give us the game over message, since the only correct answer is B in this multiple choice. So now that we have this simple multiple choice program, in the next video, we're going to be going over functions and how to define them in Python.